Alright, let's go. Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf. This is the voice of Transformers Collectors Club Australia. This is episode 29. We are recording live on September the 12th, 2015. I am Jason. Joining me tonight, as usual, we have Brad. How are you doing, Brad?
Good evening, Jason.
Do you like how I didn't do the say hi, Brad joke? You were waiting for it too, weren't you?
I was waiting for it.
Me have brain. Uh-oh.
Use brain. Okay, so also joining us tonight we have Bill. Bill, say hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Bill.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's been a great week.
I've been away for a little while. I had a bit of an impromptu visit to China and to I went to Germany and then I ended up going to China as well. So yeah, that was a little bit last minute.
Jet setter.
Yeah, so between last Monday and Thursday, I have been on 7 flights on 6 different carriers, and I've been to 6 different countries.
Wow.
So yeah, no, I've been on a lot of planes.
He me doing 3,600 kilometres last week sounds special until you come on.
Yeah, Jason did about 36,000. So
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I went over to Germany and I attended the IFA trade shows, got to see some cool new phones and stuff there, and then on the way back I went via Hong Kong, then to Shenzhen, and then to Beijing, and I don't have the person's name in front of me right now. In fact, I will in a minute. I'm just scrolling down and delay. This is basically a delaying tactic as I scroll down to figure out who I need to thank. One of the TCCA members did give me an address for where I should go in Beijing to. I can't find it. I'm sorry. For where I should go in Beijing to find Transformers, and find Transformers I did.
Wow.
I went into a shopping centre where it was like the 5th floor or so was just full of toy stores, and there were literally toy stores called the Transformers shop. Like they sold nothing but Transformers.
No way.
Wow.
It was funny because there was the Transformers shop and then there was the Transformers store. Ooh. Both of them had a Hasbro logo next to them, so they were both sort of claiming to be the legitimate holder of the
like
the name.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm guessing all of them were fake, but still.
How many third party were in there?
So in one of the stores there was no third party, but in the other one there was a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't buy anything, and thank you, Bill. Yeah, thanks. I was waiting for the shocked reaction. I didn't buy anything because I went in there. I was being hosted in China by a mobile phone company, and I didn't take any cash with me. And so I went to this store, went to this shopping centre, and I took my credit card with me, and all of them looked at my credit card and just went, no, you can't pay with that card. And so I just walked out. Yeah, so I couldn't buy anything. I did buy some stuff as I came back via Hong Kong. There was a store in the airport. This is so weird. Like I had a 5-hour transit time in Hong Kong. As I got off my flight, I walked past this toy store and I saw an MP10 sitting on the shelf. Went back half an hour later, someone had bought it. And
wow.
not only had someone bought it, they had bought the second one that they had there as well. So this guy had just gone through and bought 2 MP10s from this random toy store in Hong Kong airport, and but the guy did say, look, if you want more, we've got more out the back. So yeah. What I did buy, whatever, we might save that for the collection editions part later in the show, shall we?
In an airport gift shop, that boggles the mind.
Picking up MP10 as you pass through an airport, that's
Obviously the Takara version.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Hasbro one isn't called MP10, is it?
No.
No, it's just Masterpiece Prime or whatever it is.
It's Masterpiece Prime.
Yeah. So I do apologise for not being able to find the name of the person who actually got this for me. I'm having another look. It's not working for me.
Rapidly searching.
I'll just throw a distraction out there. How about that weather, Brad?
Weather's been amazing.
If we could have today all year, I'll be extremely happy.
Oh yeah, it was really good. How you going, Jason?
I haven't been looking. I gave up.
Is it working?
Okay.
No. If you're not careful, the listeners will twig to what you're doing.
Oh damn it!
Bill, stop whispering.
Okay. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Is it weird? Is it weird in a good way or bad way?
I don't know. I'm kind of turned on.
Okay, well, sorry.
And I think we have the. I think we have the. I think we have the title of the show. It's the Whisper Gallery. Yeah. Okay. Look, let's get underway, shall we? If you are, it is kind of weird the order in which we have this in the run sheet. International listeners, you can join us on the Off the Shelf Facebook page. There's a link in the show notes. Come and join the conversation on Twitter. Search for Transformers CCA. However, that Twitter account probably needs to participate in conversations a little bit more. The website for the club is also found at www.transformerscca.com, and you can find links there to the YouTube channel, Facebook group, and anything else, and off to the podcast as well. Brad, do you want to give us a member count update?
Yes,
please.
Community news. This week we're sitting at 153 paid and proud members, and our social count is up to 1,314.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah.
On the slow rise.
Solid.
Australian listeners, you can become a pad. I don't know why it's always pad. You can become a
Did you eat pad thai for dinner?
Yeah, no, not tonight. Pork, and I just got off a food coma, so bear with me. You can become a paid and proud member of the club for just $5. Send me a message, Brad Ostron Mull on Facebook, or I am the not admin, what would you call it?
Admin.
Supreme Overlord.
Yeah, that too, of the Twitter page. So either way, you can get hold of me, and we can get your membership underway. We have a new convention season coming up, and we are looking at expanding.
Conventions got renewed for the new season.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. The pilot's over. We are going for season 1. So.
All right, and so let's have a look at some. Well, we're not going to look at the YouTube videos, but there are some YouTube videos. Remember, we've had a bit of a bumper crop this week. Some weeks we only have one video. Or, sometimes we get 2.
Yeah,
this week
I
we have
search.
3. So Kai McFly at Cool Collectibles, he's got a review up of Takara's Unite Warriors Menasor. That's UW02, and he's also posted a review of Takara's Legends LG10 RC, which. I've seen this figure popping up quite a lot recently. It must. I guess it just came out, did it?
No, it's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for a little while. He sold it today for $22.
Fair enough too. Yeah. Okay, and Bradley Smith has a review up on his channel, which is Groovy Guy, of the BotCon 2015 The Thief Maximal Pack Rat figure. So Bradley's been figuring out how to do his YouTube reviews over the last few weeks, and it's been really good to see him sort of. He's learning and he's improving his videos in front of us, and yeah, it's good to see a member getting his video groove on. He's called Groovy Guy.
Oh, you're clever.
I know. So if you have some YouTube videos you would like us to mention on the podcast, share them in the group, and you don't have to post them exclusively to the group, but you can post them up on YouTube and share the link to the group. Favorite post of the week. I have been away, so I haven't been looking at the I have not been looking at the group, so I don't have a favorite post. Brad, yourself?
I do. I can come up Wednesday. Christian Lando on Wednesday posted a shot of some of his Hasbro Combiner Wars Constructicons at work clearing a drain. And
Really?
Yeah, it was just
There's a $200 toy.
Yeah, in the dirt, and I was considering to doing exactly the same thing until then. Although I would have had all 6, but it was just great to see Scrapper, Bone Crusher, and Scavenger working away in the dirt, with a little stream flowing through the middle, clearing a drain. So it was just good to see those bots in the real world doing Constructicon things.
Wasn't there one back like months ago when some bloke threw it in the pool?
Yeah, Devastator floated.
Oh, I don't recall that.
You don't recall Devastator in a pool?
No.
We talked about it on the podcast.
My memory gone.
So here's something weird. While we are recording the podcast, I can't access the group.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just getting errors from Facebook. It's like the group doesn't exist.
Ah.
Facebook's been bad.
Yeah, Facebook's been weird today. Anyway, that's fine. I don't actually need access to the group for this. All right.
I'm on there now. It seems to be working. But...
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's working for you. Okay, so let's talk about some news, shall we? We've got a few Hasbro stories. We got a few Hasbro stories this week. Makes up for the lack of Hasbro stories for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
We've got the first prototype images of Combiner Wars Scattershot, who is yet another remold of Silverbolt, possibly the most drastic remold yet, since he doesn't really turn into much of a plane. And he's also again got the massive gun and stuff like Cyclonus has as well. What do you guys think of the shots of this toy? It looks kind of weird.
It looks kind of prime coloured, just the red and the blue.
I don't know. Like to me, it looks more like sort of a burnt orange rather than red, and it's purple instead of blue for me. But like one of those colours is what I expect from one of those colours is what I expect to see in Technobots, but the purple, not really.
Yeah, it's
Where's the purple on him? I'm having trouble.
Is the wings on the back?
Yeah, this is different to what we've
that
seen.
looks purple to me.
Yeah, I'm seeing blue, but this is different to what we've seen earlier. This is a lot different. So whether this was the original test colours, and then what we've seen at I think it was BotCon reveal, were a lot different. They had a burnt orange colour and that purple. Those purple wings, so
fair enough. So
yeah, I don't think this is. This might not be a news story.
Look. Either way, I mean, like he's obviously a remold of Silverbolt and a remold of Cyclonus. So
that's it. And
the
the remold isn't as heavy as what Cyclonus is.
No.
There's just a bit of a wing difference and a nose cone difference. And considering he is part of no line, or he's wave 6, but there's no, or wave 7, but there's no limbs for him, which will not do Computron.
There's enough of them out there to do it. So.
Yeah. He'll be just like my wave 1 prime's currently the centre for Defensor, so it's Combiner Wars, so you can put whatever you want in the middle. This one may fall in the same category as that white prime. You just won't worry about buying it because you won't have limbs to combine it with. So. Oh,
you guys are looking at the TFW image, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just the prototype. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so looks like they finalised the moulding on it. Cool. I can see what you guys are referring to now with the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Jolly good.
America.
Fuck
yeah. All right. Okay. Let's move on. That's Scattershot. Right. So we actually a few weeks ago we were told that there was going to be a Combiner Wars animated series, and we expressed a little bit of wonderment and bewilderment as to what it was actually going to look like. And Hasbro actually did announce this week, or at least there's been word has reached the internet that there will be a sneak peek of the animated series debut at New York Comic Con, which is the first week of October. So we've got about a month to go. If the animation is actually being produced in a computer animated style, if it's just sort of coming from a video game, it could be quite quick for them to animate. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that week in October will be pretty busy. because we should have the Titan Wars stuff by then too. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
find
Cool.
out. Yep.
So that's coming soon. So next month it's a Transformers Generations panel. We should definitely have this in by the podcast that week because it's going to be happening on a Thursday.
Oh, nice.
We'll get it on the Friday and then we can talk about it on the Saturday.
Boom, baby.
All right. So yeah, look, that does answer one of the. Well, it doesn't yet, but it will answer one of the questions that I've been wondering about that series for a while. So yeah.
Have you been pondering deep in thought there, Jason?
I have been. You know how I am with these things.
Yeah, very ponderous.
I'm very ponderous. So the other more test shots and prototype images. We've seen two new bots come out this week. They're the Combaticons Onslaught and Brawl. Brawl is basically a resin prototype, while Onslaught is actually a properly coloured test shot by the looks of it. And the question is, of course, is he a remolded Optimus Prime again? He actually is he? He doesn't necessarily look like
a
it.
hotspot.
No, yeah.
Oh, he's a hotspot. All right, fair enough.
He's facing the other way though.
Yeah,
Clever.
back to front.
They're clever cookies.
Yeah. We'll just turn the figure around and sell another 2 molds of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so Brawl is not a remold of anyone, is he?
No, he's a new mold.
He's a new mold, and so he's going to be deluxe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a limb.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be a foot for
Actually,
Bruticus.
he's quite detailed for a deluxe, even just at the resin mold stage. He's a, sort of like a triple stage tank as well.
Yeah, we've seen. This is just pre-production shots getting out. We've seen like scatter shot. We've seen the final, or the so-called final painted figures.
Have we with the Combaticons though? I thought we'd only seen a computer render of them.
Oh no, yeah, it was just a computer render. But
No, they're at
Oh, were they? Yeah, that's right. We saw the render, and then we actually did see them at BotCon, didn't we?
Yeah.
But they were locked away behind glass.
Yeah, and
yeah,
his
glass, yeah.
his fold-out connector port looks different. That whole top must come away for that connector port to come up.
Maybe, yeah. Either way, we'll find out in a few months. So.
Yeah, I'm big on Defensor at the moment, and I can't wait to like Bruticus. He's definitely ticking all the options for me at the moment, so I can't wait for him to come out.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it might be I might be waiting for the Takara gift set for that. I won't get the Hasbro one, I think.
Yeah, because the Defensor's got the deluxe groove in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The Takara one. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. That actually concludes the Hasbro news. We've got a few Takara things to talk about. We've got some, I believe they're official shots of the of Nightbird, Slipstream, and Black Arachnia. What do you think? What do you think of these guys? They
hobby.
Yeah,
I've ordered them.
I assume they've been provided to them by Takara because they are like pretty official looking shots. So. The only one I still want is Slipstream, and I think, Bill, you've ordered that for me.
Yep.
Yeah, baby. So, I
She's
don't
got
know.
some nice silver paint on her.
She does, yeah. So
I
what
really
about
like Nightbird.
I don't have an actual reference point for Nightbird, so like I just don't really know who the character is meant to be.
It just screams that G1 episode.
Yeah.
And again, it's one little thing in one episode of G1 that they're making this off does not appeal to everyone. But looking at the figure, I'm not a big fan of the yellow weapons. They can stay in the box, but the figure itself looks really good. And Black Arachnia, like in bot mode at least, looks very good. Alt mode, I don't like the fact her hands are on the inside of her middle arms. In spider mode, that looks a bit weird. At least they could change it so the wrist could turn inwards and maybe hide it in the arm. But I'm very keen. I haven't got the wing blade mode.
There's a lot of love for Black Arachnia, and I don't really get it. I'm not a part of it.
Yeah, it's just Beast Wars. We haven't in Beast Wars. There hasn't been a good representation of her.
No.
Yeah, the original one was a bit of a remold off Tarantulas from memory, so
No, it'll be good.
So is this actually a good representation of it? Is that what you've been waiting for?
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Even just in the head sculpt alone, let alone the chesticles and the rest of the paint scheme. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and it'll go well with your Rhinox and your...
Yeah, exactly. She was always a smaller figure, and even I still haven't got that Voyage of Rhinox out of its box yet, but this will go good with that, and I reckon it would go very good with the upcoming MP Primal too. She was always like a delicate
flower,
black widow of my heart. So.
Oh, stop it, Silverbolt.
I need to play that kind of music right about now.
Oh man.
So.
All right, I think I might sound the bell. There we go.
The famous waffle bell.
I think we should just use the waffle bell to just switch stories now. Actually.
Yeah.
Yep,
can do.
All right. So other Takara news this week: MP25 Tracks and MP26 Road Rage. They've been delayed to November and December of 2015, which is kind of disappointing. I think Tracks was supposed to be out this month, but not really sure why it's slipped for a couple of weeks. But there is, and
it's because I pre-ordered it. That's why.
Cancel your order then.
Fair enough. It's actually just looking at this, there's actually a bit of Masterpiece news that we've left out of the run sheet. So some news hit yesterday. There's a couple of new repaints of I think it was MP14 coming out. Were they both? So were there actually two repaints announced or just one? Just the one. Yeah, so someone was showing that black figure that you were referring to in our chat, Bill, and I can't remember. I didn't know if that was actually official or not. So
no, that's the last Lambo. So once deep cover comes down, that's all of the Lambos from the G1 done.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so,
what we got? A black Lambo?
No, we got a white one.
You know, Clampdown.
Clampdown, yeah.
Yeah.
So MP14C.
Yeah, MP14C Clampdown has been announced. He's an interesting looking repaint of MP14, and I have absolutely no reference point for the character, but I don't really mind his look, and like, to be honest, I don't really have any reference points for the other sort of the Diaclone inspired repaints that I've got. So, but I still own them, so I'm probably going to end up getting this as well. We'll see.
Yeah, I've got. Red Alert would probably be the easiest comparison, minus the red details. So, and that thing looks sexy in alt mode. So, I'd love to have just Lambo sitting there without the. He could be my alt mode, the side swipe and Red Alert, but.
Well, it's just. I mean, they're just digging into the Diaclone bag yet again. So.
Yep.
That's it.
So is Clampdown actually a Diaclone repaint?
Well, originally, I think he just had like a designated number, and it was like Contash or LP5, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Arne. And then I think about 10 or so years ago, eHobby reissued them in G1. So let me see if I can find a photo for you. Oh, you know the black one that I sent you the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a white side swipe. You know, or with a Red Alert. So
white swipe.
White swipe. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So they released about 10 years ago. This is cool. That's all it is.
So Masterpiece Clampdown. Brad, are you gonna buy it?
No.
Bill?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can order me one too, please. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I know. I'll get it. Like, I was looking over at my shelf. Like, I actually do have I do have an appreciable number of Masterpiece cars on the shelf now. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on. I think this news story is probably categorized wrong. It's not Takara news, but it's Hasbro news. Hasbro is releasing the Year of the Monkey Optimus Primal, which is it's a repaint of the Air Attack Optimus Primal, but it's in Prime's red and blue colors. So it's Hasbro's also showing a bit of love for Beast Wars there. So
Beast Machines this one.
So I subscribe to Truck Not Monkey, so I don't really tell the difference between either of them.
Yeah.
Hey. What's that behind his head in robot mode?
What about
his ass? It literally is. It's his ass. There you go.
Yeah.
It is a 2002 figure being dressed up for sale in 2015. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those things that ends up getting released in Toys R Us for like $300.
Yeah, it's not
the platinum edition.
Yeah. No. But on the plus side, Hasbro are actually using an animal for the year of the ...
Yeah, it'd
True.
be a first.
It's not a truck. It's not a cassette player. It's not a tanker.
We don't have anyone who transforms into a goat.
Oh, check it! Yeah, check out Beast Wars Neo. There's probably someone in there.
You got Romulus, so you can
There's
use
giraffes and everything else.
Yeah, you got a long rack, and there's even a shellfish. So.
Shellfish.
Yeah, so when it comes to Year of the Shellfish, we're sorted.
Oh no. Next.
All right, let's move on to some third-party news. So Bad Cube has shown up some unpainted test shot images of their masterpiece Sunstreaker, or as they call him, Warrior Sun Surge.
Oh, how original!
It is kind of interesting. They're showing him without any head detail. So we have heard in the past that the head sculpt is one of the most sort of the most sought after and one of the most important things for them to sort of get right. So I think it's interesting that they've sort of obscured that part of the figure.
Yeah, I only just noticed that. I didn't even notice that when I was putting the run sheet together. That's weird considering we have the prototype images. Those on the YouTube video we'll see of the grey prototype images with his head sculpt showing. So
also weird is they seem to have shot. So they've shot him next to Sideswipe, and they seem to have shot Sideswipe's head in such a way that you can't see his detail either. So
yeah,
maybe it is just an artifact of the way they shot it, but it's definitely deliberately obscure.
Yeah, there's something fishy going on.
Yeah, because I think has the other mob released theirs yet? The Omnitronics
or whatever it is.
Omnigonics? No, they haven't. I don't think so. No.
Okay.
And that's been a work in progress. So I think a lot of people have been looking for that one. This one.
Look, Bad Cube's getting a good reputation for their figures. I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about their stuff, which, considering their heritage, is actually quite
exactly. They must have finally found a decent factory to work out of, because so far their success rate has been pretty high from.
It's much better than their early days.
Yeah, it's good to see Takara taking care of their trainees. So no.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. There's DX9's Carry is just about ready for release. He's a third-party Rodimus Prime. We haven't really seen anyone tackle bots like him, so it's nice to see someone have a go. What do you guys think? They've released some very detailed product shots of him now. I don't know, that head sculpt is leaving me a little bit cold, but I kind of like the angles on the rest of him, but I'm not entirely sure that I'm in love with the enormous wing.
Yeah.
Well, it's very faithful to its source material, so.
What, the Seeker wings?
Yeah, Studio Ox. I'll send one through. I'll save an image.
Okay. I think the chest piece goes too low. Those flames should be up below the neck.
Where are you?
He just the fact that the undercar parts where his wheels are on the front of his arms. I know the MP9, all that's pointing backwards. They're just doing it because getting detail out there. And that head does not impress me much. He may have the looks, but he hasn't got the touch. So it comes down to one of those things.
So just to clarify, Brad, are you saying that no, he's got the look?
No. No, he's got the touch.
Oh, dear.
No, he said. Oh, so he doesn't have the looks, but
No,
he
it's not.
No.
That doesn't impress me much.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the photo's in the link, the chat anyway. So
Nice.
have a quick squeeze.
Yeah, just that head sculpt is I don't see anything in that.
So what I think they've done is they've delivered a Rodimus Prime with a hot rod face. Because his face is too short. So in the cartoon, Rodimus's face was much taller and older looking than Hot Rod. And so what they've done is they've delivered a squat face, but they've added the detail lines that were supposed to make Rodimus look older in the cartoon, but it doesn't quite work because the head itself looks younger.
Yep.
You got to look at the profile photos of these. There's nothing of him.
Really?
A little bit of back kibble, yeah.
Scrolling down.
Clever.
Oh yeah, for this figure to do what he does, to transform into the complete shaggin' wagon, it's that is. Why am I getting a message from Daniel saying "fuck Rodimus"? That is right on par.
But you can see the source material.
Yeah,
and then if you look at the image under it, like there's.
Yeah, and
we haven't
had images yesterday or today with his flames with an outline.
Oh, that's the bait.
Yeah, he's not going to have an Autobot symbol on him.
No.
It comes in the end. I think yes, you can maybe let some aesthetic things aside, but a lot of people are going to decide through engineering. If this thing transforms better than MP9 without parts exploding, like look at the knees. I showed this image to John Ryan yesterday because he pulled his Nemesis Rodimus out of its box and the knees had exploded before he even opened it. So
yeah, that's rooted.
Yeah, but then that comes back to the same thing with, in my opinion, the Dakar Toys Kronos. That thing is an awesome looking Jetfire. I can put engineering and QC aside just to have that thing on my shelf. This, I still think MP9's got the better look.
Yeah, I tend to agree, but like this has the hyper detail that a lot of third-party releases have, and so it's more detailed than the cartoon, which is the look that MP9 goes for.
Yeah, this will go good next to not the X-Transbots Galvatron, but the other one, the updated, like the upsized Mania King. This will go nice next to that with that extra detail. And
so is he actually Masterpiece scale or Voyager? Because Mania King is a Voyager.
No, he's Masterpiece.
Okay.
I think this will that other Galvatron. I think being a cartoon accurate again, it's going to be a clash of design.
Yeah. Well, the X-Transbot one's definitely a low detail animation look, whereas I don't recall who it is now.
But DX9, the Tyrant.
Yeah. It's super detailed like Mania King. So.
I mean, I'm loving this car image.
And I'm pretty sure that's or DX9 Toys. That's their Galvatron. We have an image of this Rodimus next to Galvatron's gun mode.
I think we have a badly photoshopped image, actually.
Yeah, I don't think that's in scale.
Yeah, I'm really liking that alt mode.
For Galvatron or for...
I don't know, for the studio Rodimus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I don't like about him?
What's that?
I don't like the way the pipes... there's an L-shaped pipe on his arm.
Yeah.
Oh, going downwards from his elbow, yeah.
It could be under the arm.
Anyway, let's move on, shall we? We'll see more about him in the next few days, next few weeks.
I'm really liking that.
Yeah. All right. So Warbotron is about to release the last figure in their actually, are they releasing the last figure in their Technobots, or are they releasing all of them at once? They're about to release a complete combiner team. Sorry. And so they're Computron. It's funny how Warbotron seems to be bringing out their combiners in about the same rate as Hasbro.
Yeah.
So Warbotron Computron is ready to go. He's WB03. It is as you would come to expect from the Warbotron figures. It is a hyper detailed third-party Computron. It's going to be super expensive. It also looks pretty cool, but I also find like at the same time, I find it looks pretty cool, but it has a lot of this. It's very busy, I guess is what I'm saying. It's very busy, and for me, it sort of looks a bit more of a mess than I'd like it to be.
It definitely, your eye does wander on it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like you'll notice one detail, and as your eye moves to that detail, you see something else.
Yeah, I've got no connection to Computron, which is why I'm not
boring as batshit.
Yeah, that's why I'm not phased on only getting scattershot with the Combiner Wars line. I've got no need for anything like this in my collection. It's a good looking bot. There's not a lot of detail on the head. It just looks all brown with some amber eyes, and a bit of a lighter face. But
I can't really see a lot of. Oh yeah, I see. So one of the shots does show the head fairly clearly. What else would you do with the head? I mean, the helmet's fairly detailed around him. So
well, that's it. His primary colour is that maroon. So I suppose you need to do that. But it's.
No, I'm just gonna cheap out. I'm gonna cheap out and wait for the Hasbro version.
Well, it might be the Takara version. We'll see.
Yeah, they'll do it. I mean, they got a plain mold, the tank/drill mold, 2 bikes and a car. They've already done scattershot, so
yeah, all they have to do is put a drill in the front of Rook. That'll be right.
Yeah, or Brawl or whatever. You got the cars, just repaint Dead End again.
Yep.
Done.
All right, let's move on to Shuriking. They're with their Dinobot combiners. They've started sort of combining a few of them together and showing a nice picture with RC just like draping herself over the right foot. But,
she loves chrome.
Yeah, so there's three team members shown in the photo, but he's enormous. Like the combined form is like it's a good head and shoulders above the Warbotron Bruticus.
Yeah, this thing is massive.
He's huge. We knew this was going to be the case a couple of weeks ago when someone showed the test shot of the 2 bots in combined foot mode and said, "Well, there's something missing here," and turns out they were right. But yeah, this guy's going to be enormous. You may need a larger shelf for him.
I don't think there's a shelf that's going to contain this.
No.
Maybe not.
It's a big hunkin' bot.
What are they retailing for? The limbs?
They're a couple hundred each, aren't they?
Yeah. This is going to be a $650 to $700 figure by the time it's all together.
I think it's going to be more like 8.
Yeah.
8 or 1,000.
Surprise me.
Yeah.
Wow. Although that snarl looks really good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't he?
The Grimlock a bit weak in the legs. Sludge just looks
Well, that's it. Out of the three of them, the Grimlock's probably the least one you'd actually have in Dinobot mode, where the others pose in Dinobot mode without combining. It's one of those things. If you're paying, I think we discussed this a couple of weeks ago. If you're paying so much for each figure, would you cheapen it out by having it in this massive combined mode, being pretty much just a posable statue, or would you just pose the Dinobots on their own? That's what I would do, but
do you think they've I'm getting the impression they've spent more effort on the total combined mode than the individual ones, but then again,
I think they have too. I think there's an assumption that people are going to use the combined mode, but yeah.
Well, yeah, and once we get the 2 arms on it, we'll have a better idea of what it looks like. So, yep.
Good boy.
All right, let's move on. So, Unique Toys has a third-party representation of Octane coming out this year. I'm not sure if he is coming out this year. No, his release is scheduled for this month. So he is indeed a triple changer. He's got a truck mode and a plane mode and a bot mode as well. So what do you think of this guy? I reckon the truck mode looks a little bit lacking. The plane mode looks pretty good actually. And actually, I like the bot mode as well. Which, let's be honest, I'd have it in bot mode anyway.
Yeah, I think the length of the front landing gear sort of puts the plane mode off for me.
Yeah, it's just way too long.
But so the thing that puts me off with the truck mode is that the tanker's way too small.
Yeah, but some smaller chemicals like chlorine that are transported in the smaller tankers like that.
Looks like
they don't scale with each other. That may be a issue. Like that tanker looks good as a heavy rigid tanker. But then if you had that, then had the plane beside it, well, the plane would be way too small. But that's not going to.
That's the what's the term? Where all the people sit in the plane.
Cockpit.
No.
The cabin. The cabin.
That's it. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, so that's obviously the cabin for the plane.
On the back of the truck, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't mind the truck mode. The plane mode's good. The robot mode seems awfully back kibbly though.
Yeah, there's some shots of the back that probably shouldn't be seen. From the front, it looks alright.
But then again, who's going to display their robots backwards on your face, man? You know what I mean?
I don't know about the head. I don't have the original one. I can't recall the original G1 character to comment on the head sculpt. It's definitely a unique head sculpt. But this thing, we've seen prototype images. I'm pretty sure back when we started in February or March. So it's taken this long for them to colour it and get it out there. But it doesn't look too bad for a masterpiece scaled triple changer.
I still reckon the robot mode looks pretty good.
Yeah,
it does look good. Yeah.
I'm not sure he's masterpiece scaled.
Oh,
have a look at his hands.
It has to be the robot though. So
have a look at his hands. Like his hands look like his hands don't have movable fingers, which to me sort of screams Voyager.
Yeah, but then again, maybe it's Prowl or Optimus.
Yeah, it's the same. He's got the thumb, the index finger, and then the bottom three.
Yeah, it's a single joint.
Or a single piece. So that's the same as MP10.
And the rest of them. Bumblebee doesn't even have opening hands.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't.
Just not doing it for you.
I actually really like the bot mode. I just don't think he's very big.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
We shall. He is due out this month anyway.
Yeah, we'll see if some pre-orders go up for him. None have at the moment. But I'd no look at getting this, I think.
Yeah.
If it was masterpiece scaled, but
I'd probably still go with Carrie.
Yeah. All right. How do you guys feel about repaints?
Love them.
An evil necessity. What is it?
Mastermind Creations also loves repaints.
Oh yeah.
Because they have announced as TFW has put it, a beautiful black and purple version of Feral Rex. They've actually just announced him this week at the Singapore Toys, Games and Comics Convention. He is in fact an exclusive to that convention. So if you like him, he might be quite well sought after the show now.
And I do not like the sound of that. I haven't got any Predator Kings, plural.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
But this thing, I am absolutely loving this. And I would absolutely love to have this.
What's the Singapore ticket on it?
I just love that black, the purple and the silver paint scheme.
It
spread across the box.
If you like the bots already, then it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just I know I've never really had a particular affinity for Predator King as a combiner. So.
No, and that's the same here. And even looking at these photos, like the bull version, even most of them are just a big block with tiny little legs. They're almost Zoid-ish, and they've got the bot's feet plastered on the top of them, stuck to the top of them.
Stuck on.
Yeah.
Oh, look, man. What are these things retailing for? What's the ticket on them?
Bot modes look alright. Again, it'd be another combiner that would only be in combine mode. And again, this thing is photoshopped more than what the figure would actually look like. Like, I don't see those silver wings on his back or the sword popping quite as much as what these photos are showing. And the fact that the angle tilts aren't all there.
So what they've done in essence is taken Predator King and given him Skywarp's colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With shattered glass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. And
Well,
re-release for another $560.
Let's move on because there is another actual Singapore convention exclusive as well. Maybe not. Maybe it's not exclusive to the convention, but it's only being sold by one retailer at the convention. So so what have we got? Fans Project has got the Function X9. We have talked about this guy before, and we've not been quite sure what the point of having the alligator with the the things on. So here's actually a representation, as TFW has pointed out, of Optimus from an episode where the Decepticons tear him apart and make him into an alligator.
Steel.
Yes, exactly. Great. So
I know, right? Yeah.
he's going to be $130, and so the convention's over. The way that TFW's worded this is that they said that it'll be a Falcon's Hangar exclusive at the Singapore Toy and Game and Comic Convention, which I assume means that they'll be the only ones selling it there, but everyone else will sell it afterwards.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah.
And what's this off that? Is it Swamper? Is that what it was?
I think so. Yeah.
The original Skull Cruncher. Hey.
Yeah.
All right, got it. Lol.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for that much.
Yeah, it tickles the interest, but not for that price.
All the third-party news has just sort of been a little bit meh this week, you know?
It has. It's been rather lackluster.
It has, hasn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Indubitably.
Yes. All right, so let's move on to some other little bits of news before we finish up. So Transformers Frontiers has been announced by DNA. It is a new mobile game.
I don't know how new it is. It looks like a reskin of Legends.
Okay, well, so it's going to be released as a new game.
Yeah.
So it's currently an open beta if you're in China, which actually I was earlier this week.
You missed it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not too fussed about it. Yeah. But so it's a time battle card game. There's only so many ways you can do those. So maybe it is a reskin. I don't know. It is as I was going to say by DNA, which they're the makers of Transformers Battle Tactics, which I've gotten into quite a lot in the last little while. The other thing that I find interesting from the graphics shown in the heading, they actually look like they're based on some of the. It looks like it's based almost on the Kids Nation's Transformers, the ones with the little light up eyes.
Yeah. Yep. But that might be just the super deformed look.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. That's probably more coming into that. But yeah. So yeah, it's a battle card game. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah.
We don't really know when that's going to be coming out elsewhere.
Nah.
But you know what? I'm just going to get my phone. I'm going to try the QR code and see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's just looks like a reskin Battle Tactics with some combiners. You got Superion, Devi.
Yeah, can't wait for that one.
Oh yeah, you got the big four. You got Superion, Devi, Computron, and Menasor. So
yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. It'll come out to other territories eventually. I assume DNA is actually kind of based in China, so they're probably just releasing it quietly for their own territory.
Yeah, and this will piggyback on Devastation being a G1 inspired game. So
yeah, indeed it shall. All right, so finally, there's also some video coming out of Motormaster and Transformers Devastation, which I have dutifully not watched because I just want the game to come out already.
Yeah. And that's why there's about 15 other Devastation news items this week, but I'm not reporting on them all. We just need the game to come out by now. They've marketed about as much as they can, so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's. I just want to get rid of. I just want to get rid of the news and move on this week. Nothing is.
Yeah,
I found nothing has actually particularly inspired me in the news this week.
I know, right? It's been rather flat, hasn't it, tonight?
It has. Like I feel like I'm. Yeah, I feel like I've been delivering fairly flat as well, so I do apologise.
No, it's not your delivery. It's just the news. It's like, hey, there's Combiner Wars Brawl.
Here's a new toy that you're not going to buy. Here's a new toy that you're not going to buy. Here's another one that you're probably not going to buy. Here's a Dinobot combiner that you're not going to buy.
And here's one that looks like shit.
And here's a black repaint that you can't buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sort of just dangling shit in front of us. Anyway, let's move on to some stuff that we can buy and have bought. New editions time. So this is the part of the podcast where we talk about the latest additions to our collections, stuff that we are currently hunting for, or look back at a figure that we haven't touched in a little while. Bill, all your figures are in boxes, so you haven't touched any of them. Actually, no, that's not true. You do have some loose ones.
I do have a couple that I tinker with, which is why I'm waiting for Scattershot, because I'm building my bastard Combiner Wars combiner.
The Bast Former.
The random bot.
Yeah. Random Tron.
Yeah, but I should have some...
Randomus Prime.
He's actually got a name. I'll have to... What's his name? It's abbreviation of all the Autobot combiners into one from the Japanese continuity.
Of course it's from the Japanese continuity.
So they've got Scattershot, they've got Blades, they've got Air Raid, they've got what was the drill from the Technobots? What's his name? Nose Cone.
Even I know that one.
And one more. So it's just this really odd figure, and I got some white PE hands too.
Cool.
Perfect effect hands. Yeah. So,
I know you do. They're actually sitting on my desk.
So next week, I've shipped my HLJ stuff, so next week.
Next week is going to be a bumper week for my... and also next week also is the Sydney TCCA meetup as well.
Yes, yep.
So we may have to schedule the podcast around that. So Bill, you're saying is that you've got nothing in that's coming next week?
Yes.
All right. Next week's going to be an interesting week.
It's like 5 hours later. And I got the TAV-22.
Yeah. And I've got this one and this one as well. So I actually saw the Takara Blackjack and Groove repaints that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. I saw them in person in the airport store in Hong Kong, and I very nearly bought them, but I just thought I don't need them.
Nah,
there's really no point in having them. So as much
they're
as
not available in Australia, I can't sell them to no one.
Yeah, well, I just thought if I got them, like, I don't really know. I don't know why I would get them. So
Yep.
I've tried. I'm trying really hard not to buy stuff I don't need at the moment.
Good luck with that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm trying not to buy, like, you know, all the Hasbro Combiner limbs and stuff, because what I tend to be doing is getting the Takara combiners as they come out. So like, it's just not something. I don't know. What I have been doing is going and buying a whole bunch of Generations figures from people cheap on auction, or auctions or on Gumtree. So I do have a few things that I got this week. First of all, I got the real Blue Streak, the blue Streak MP18B. He is a seriously nice looking bot, but the quality control on his bonnet seems really shoddy. There's a few points where the paint work seems a bit uneven, and the center part that flips up behind the head, that just seems to have, it's almost like you can see where it got broken off a sprocket.
Oh wow.
Or the
like the flash mold.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, it's just a bit disappointing. But I mean, overall the figure looks amazing. Like I love the color scheme on him. I love the paint colors and stuff. You stick him in robot mode and he's fine. But yeah, no, great. Really enjoyed him. And as I was coming through Hong Kong, I picked up something that I'm pretty sure I said on the podcast I was not very interested in the past. Except I saw them in person and I couldn't resist the Kids Nations Transformers, the little figures with the light up eyes.
Yeah.
These things look amazing. So what I didn't know is that they have shiny, like candy coloured paint jobs.
Yeah.
Although just picking up Smokescreen and looking like Smokescreen's a fairly matte finish, so some of them are shinier than others. But the ones that are shiny, they're the ones that really got me going. So like Soundwave has this beautiful turquoise blue paint job on him where like I think in the G1 toy was a bit sort of more dark blue, but he's just got this amazing sort of like aqua turquoise blue to him. Starscream is shiny. Ironhide is also this big candy apple red. And I was just looking at Grimlock. Like Grimlock's chest piece is actually like shiny gold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they really do look really cool, and they are, as Brad was calling out earlier, they are that sort of super deformed style. So they've got tiny legs and huge heads, and like usually that look doesn't necessarily do it for me for like a large collection. Like I would really like that super deformed Metroplex, but I don't really want all of them. Like I don't want the Trypticon and stuff as well. So it's sort of very much per figure, but really like the look of these guys. So yeah, quite happy to have them in my collection. I just need to figure out where to put them in my collection now.
Yeah, I managed to get these things in the hand at Pleasant Surprises in Melbourne.
That's right. Did you buy them?
No.
Oh, because I remember you saying you got them, but yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had, because they were very good looking.
They're really quite nicely detailed as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and even just to light up eyes, like those LEDs are super bright.
They really
How
are,
many
yeah.
batteries do you need? Like 14?
Well, so this is what I was going to say, right? So the way that they're shipped to you, they've got this little plastic tab that like when you get like a torch with the batteries installed.
Yeah.
So you pull the plastic tab out, and it means that all the batteries are now connected inside and they're ready to power it. So I couldn't get the tab out of Soundwave's head. So I looked at the back, and there is a screw there with a little compartment that you can open up and replace the batteries. So there are actually 3 batteries inside each of these. They are absolutely and utterly minuscule and tiny. And what ended up happening I opened up the back panel on Soundwave's head, I pulled the tab out, and like the entire thing just sort of exploded batteries out. Onto my desk and onto my lap and then onto my floor. And so I then sort of had to figure out, I ended up having to use watchmaker screwdrivers to actually place the things back into it, and like find the right, I sort of had to like use one screwdriver to pull the spring back and then sort of maneuver another in on another screwdriver. And this is all in something that like is about like a centimetre long. So
Wow.
What I've actually ended up doing is only putting 2 of the batteries back into Soundwave, so his eyes don't light up as brightly as the others. But it actually, I kind of like the look that it gives with the not super bright eyes in him. So I know I may do it to some of the others.
Oh, okay. Kind of like the shifty eyes.
Not really. It's just so truthfully, like they all are really, really bright. And so, they're all really bright, and so this just sort of makes it a little bit easier to look at the figure with the eyes lit up without them sort of blinding you.
Yeah, and they got some great detail as well.
They do. Really, like I said, really very happy with them.
Great pitch, Jason. They've got lots of detail.
They do have lots of detail.
No, you don't have to worry about pitching them. They're definitely something on my list eventually.
Oh, I posted a few pictures of them on the group last night, so people can look at them and see for themselves.
Yeah.
Brad, you can grab some of those photos and put them into
Yeah.
the YouTube version.
Will do.
So
I can see what you mean with the sound wave too,
oh my God, the Soundwave is amazing.
compared to the screen.
Yeah, utterly gorgeous. Yeah, I like the Starscream as well, but Soundwave is the one that does it for me. So yeah. Did I get anything else? Yeah, I found a guy selling a whole bunch of figures on eBay on Gumtree a couple of weeks ago, and got in touch with him, and I got a few figures from him. So I have a new Cyclonus that has the darker color scheme now, and for some reason I got another Drift. I think it was because it was I think it's because it was cheap. So I probably got him so I could sell him to someone. I don't know. If anyone on the group wants a Drift, give me a yell.
$45.
Got a got a War for Cybertron, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee.
Oh, that's a nice figure.
Yeah, he's quite nice. Also, I think it's War for Cybertron. I never actually played War or Fall, so I don't necessarily recognise the characters.
The big one.
Yeah, so yeah.
He's pretty chunky. That's what I was going to say, not chumpy. So I got him, and I can't remember if I mentioned on the last podcast I got a Generations Wreck-Gar as well, and
you mentioned that last week. Oh,
yeah,
last time you're on.
He's quite nice. If you sort of random new figures, there is one other thing I should mention. I also flooded the group with pictures last night of some 3D printed stuff that I got from Shapeways.
Okay, what did you get?
So I got a sword for Cyclonus, and what else did I get? I got two red guns for Chrome Dome. A couple of random pistols to put in Bot's hands, and and I got some null rays for Generation Seekers.
Nice.
These are all printed off Shapeways, so like they've all been designed by the community and made available online. They were pretty good. And I also got a chest for Generations Nightbeat.
Okay.
So
more G1.
No, it makes him look more like the comics. Because at the moment, Generations Nightbeat is just a repaint of Goldfire or Bumblebee. And so what you do with this is that you unscrew the back, you take the chest piece off, and you replace it with this one. And so then he's got sort of the yellow panelled chest that he has in the IDW comics.
Still transform?
No.
No,
they won't. But that's all right. He looks like he's a member of the Lost Light crew, so that's where he lives now. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah.
200 people on the Lost Light, isn't there?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a whole collection.
Yeah, they sure are. So I actually am starting to sort of think about how I'm going to have to restructure some parts of my collection. Yeah. I find some of my collection is just it's really messy. Like I've got too many bots in some parts of the shelves and stuff like that.
I'll take that Star Saber off your hands. Give you some more.
I don't know where his box is.
Oh.
No, it's right, I do.
Yeah.
I am actually considering getting rid of Star Saber because the masterpiece doesn't really do it for me. A few gasps all around. So Brad, what have you got?
I haven't had a chance to get these out of the box yet. I'm probably on Sterling's box, and that's 2 weeks in now. I haven't had a chance to open him. This week, Fans Toys Sever come in, courtesy of Joel Freeman, the crack addict.
No, he's the crack dealer. You're the crack addict.
You're the addict.
Yeah, addict. All right. This I at least opened the box and slipped out the cover, and he looks awesome. I can't wait to get him out and take some pictures, and that'll hopefully happen next week. So I've just got Stomp to go, and the Dinobots are complete. Got some smaller donation drive figures, which includes the Kids Nation Megatron, and after the last couple of weeks' discussion, I pre-ordered MP Ironhide.
Oh,
Very
nice.
nice. I have him pre-ordered as well. I got him from Premium Collect for a nice $85.
Nice.
Through 94 delivered.
Yeah.
Very good.
Unless you batch your orders up with a few other people.
Oh, good way.
Yeah.
I just looked at the other figures, and yes, I may have had the iGear figures on a little bit more of a higher pedestal, but just spending a bit of time comparing them and the Voodoo robots, I think that the Takara version is a little bit better, more accessories and all that. Those that complain about the hip flaps, well, the Datsun brothers have hip flaps as well, but no one complains about them.
This is very true. I noticed that as I was setting up
They're not
Streak
as, they're
last
not
night.
as, they're not as,
Well, they're not as big and prominent,
yeah.
but
I mean,
they're still there.
they're like 2 man bags on his hip, man. They're not.
They're still there. They're still there.
So on that, like I wasn't actually going to get him originally because I have an iGear Ironhide, and like I'm casting my eye over to the shelf and like I can see him up on the shelf and like he is a really damn fine looking masterpiece scale figure, and fortunately someone's applied some Autobot logos onto mine so he even looks more the part, but it seems like no one really knows what to do with Ironhide after they get the chest piece there. And so, like, iGear just sort of, like, put a whole bunch of black gear in, which is just, what he transforms around. It's like his core there. Takara's just put this weird diamond thing there in his crutch and then put the hip flaps around it as well.
Yeah.
And, like, I think...
That diamond is anime accurate, though.
Is it?
Yeah, he had diamond cock. It's true.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. But, so, I mean, like, I kind of feel like putting them both side by side, I'm probably going to prefer iGear's version, but that's not going to stop me displaying the Takara version anyway.
Yeah, the chest detail, the detail on the legs and the feet, I think the head is probably my biggest hang-up, and it'll probably be a strong decision which 2 faces to actually display them in. Hopefully Dr. Wu or someone can do a better or a more accurate looking face.
Just get the head off your iGear one.
I
wonder if you can do that. We'll find out in a couple of months.
eBay search, iGear weapon specialist head.
Yeah.
So as it turns out, if you recall, I got the iGear Ironhide and Ratchet for $150. So
that's a good price.
It was a really good price. I've seen them go individually for that price. But what it means is that
true.
Takara's Masterpiece Ironhide is actually more expensive than the iGear one. For me, anyway.
I wonder if I can use Scory's face.
What, Ironhide?
And I think that's the waffle bill. Okay, so we do have a follow-up to last week's feedback question. Hayden asked last week, what did Hasbro get right with Generations? To which I believe the answer was pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And the question was then asked this week of the group from Brad. What did they get wrong?
Yeah, that's it. Me and John in the tail end of last week's podcast were having trouble trying to think of what Generations figures weren't good. Unfortunately, this sort of went from I think it was a 2006 to 7 line of Warpath, Wheeljack, Jazz, and Cup.
Yeah, do you know which figure I would actually say I'm not in love with out of that?
What's
Cup?
Cup, yeah.
I don't really.
Well,
I don't know. I don't really feel it for the Generations Cup figure. I know there's a lot of love out for him, and I kind of find it puzzling.
It's probably because he's like the whole Wreckers thing and blah blah.
Once they got the cigar head third party add-on for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I might just need to get Cup out more and have a bit more of a look at him. Like, I just didn't find the figure. Yeah, I didn't find the figure particularly inspiring.
Yeah,
it is very bottom heavy almost.
Yeah. But we had a few people in the group commenting. Adam didn't like RC mainly because of a backpack.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
She's wearing her alt mode on her back, really.
Yeah, yeah. Preceptor. A lot of people have issues with Preceptor. I'm thinking it's more because of the truck mode.
Yeah.
Oh, someone. So
I know.
I purchased Simon's Perceptor. Yeah, I purchased Simon's Perceptor coming into the group. He put it up for sale last week, and I was talking to someone last night who was asking me if I'd figured out how to actually make him stand up properly yet, which...
Good to know.
Yeah, no, no, not standing up. There's something to do with holding the shoulders in place.
Yep.
So there's some kind of a trick to it, and so once you get that trick, then you're right. So yeah. Well, we'll find out. I should have them in a few days' time. So that'll be one of my contributions for the next episode's collection stuff.
Yep. I think the Generations Ironhide had the same alt mode, or it might have been the same alt mode as Cup.
Yeah.
No. Ironhide was the SUV.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Cup was the pickup. Yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah. Cup.
So
Ironhide.
Perceptive, then, yeah.
Yeah, Ironhide was mentioned. The first triple changer Blitzwing.
Yeah,
that's mainly because of its shoulders, which is understandable.
Yeah, I found I unpacked my Blitzwing the other day. In order to get Generations Springer at a decent price, I had to buy Blitzwing with him, which was not so much of a problem until I unpacked Blitzwing and went, "What the shit was this?" It's just a pretty poor figure. So yeah, unfortunately, now that Blitzwing was repainted into something else too, wasn't he?
Double dealer. Yeah.
The Cloud, iCloud or whatever it is.
No. He's another Generations figure. So I imagine that figure's pretty much too.
Cloud Starscream.
Oh yeah, probably Cloud Starscream.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I was thinking Cloud Starscream, but yeah, he was redone double dealer as well.
As time goes on, I start to realise just how much of a fluke the awesomeness that is Cloud Rodimus actually is.
Yeah.
A lot of the Cloud figures are really quite...
Well, yeah.
I've got a soft spot for that Shockwave, man. I don't know why.
I don't know. I also don't know why, especially because it's the World mold.
Yeah, it's
which
World.
last week
There's
was
something about it.
week was classified as being one of the worst.
Ah.
No,
That's not.
That's more character. I'm sure the figure is a good figure. I just can't. I just have no affiliation with World whatsoever. So
hang on. You mean that was based on whether or not you like the character? The character, at least in the comic, the World character is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing, and I'm sure with that World.
He's
figure.
He's batshit crazy. I love the bit in one of the More Than Meets the Eye things when they're preparing to go back in time and Rodimus has just gone to him, look, go into Brainstorm's lab, grab anything you can, and Royal just goes, wait, are you telling me that you've just given me clearance to go into the crazy scientist's lab, choose any weapon of my choice, and I can use it in any way that I want? And Rodimus has this look on his face and he's just put his finger up to his mouth and he's just gone, shh. Let's keep it ambiguous.
I'm sure Doc Brown would love that with the space-time continuum.
It's so good.
It was a good little adventure, that actually.
It was, actually. It was really good, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think it comes down to character. I have no association. Like, you talking that about Whirl, then yes, you're going to love the figure. I have no...
No, I don't like the figure at all.
Oh, okay.
I do.
I have the figure because he's part of the Lost Light crew. I would much rather...
Only because...
I would much rather a figure that actually looks like the one on the Lost Light crew, because that one does not.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's, I mean, what have we got, really, that we can use, like Energon? That's not going to work.
Yeah.
No. What'll probably happen is that there'll probably be a third-party world that will make his way into everyone's Lost Light collection.
The Chug Rodimus, the alternators, the G1, the animated. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty slim pickings when it comes to.
Isn't there supposed to be a third-party IDW style of Rodimus coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
You go.
You're gonna have to check in on that.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything of it yet, but yeah, and we had for some reason, animated Soundwave made its way into the conversation. I don't see it as Generations.
I love animated sound. I love anything animated, actually.
That's a great little figure there. Comes with the laser beak guitar and all.
Yeah, I think that's more of the departure from the Soundwave we know. That may have got that. G-Axis was also mentioned.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't really feel like that.
Yeah. So,
Oh, that's the Starscream repaint, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't. A lot of the good ones were mentioned last week. Brainstorm.
That's a great figure.
Yeah, I dismiss it because of the character. I have no affiliation with the character whatsoever, so I have no need for it. But I'm not saying it's a good or bad figure. That's just I have no thing with the character. So that's some of the better ones. That
I don't like Windblade.
Yeah, I've heard she's hard to stand.
She's a bitch to stand up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm just going through. What else we had? Yeah, the Goldbug figure was alright.
Goldfire.
Yeah, Rat Trap was good.
Yeah, Rhinox was good. Those ones were good. We had Orion Pax. I don't have. Orion
that's
Pax.
such a small figure. That Optimus Prime with the axe.
Yep. Yeah.
That tiny little pickup thing.
Yep.
So I was very nearly going to buy the Orion Pax and Megatron Deluxes when they first came out a couple of years ago, and something stopped me. And I don't know. I don't mind the look of them. I would probably buy Orion Pax, but no one seems to. No, it doesn't seem to have been a very popular figure with anyone, or no one's letting it out of their collections. But there's something with that Stealth Bomber Megatron as well that I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really connect with either.
Yep. And then they had to repaint it into that basketball player.
American football.
Yeah, or football, whatever it was. Yeah, I just that. Yeah.
Johnson.
Now digging deeper, that was definitely a a misstep.
Yeah, well, I can see the tie-in though. His nickname is Megatron, so I think it's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Anything to make a sale.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Waffle Bell.
Yeah.
Waffle Bell.
Oh, this is dragged on.
All right, the Waffle Bell has sounded, so that means we are at the end of the podcast then. All right, guys. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for making it through to the end of the podcast, and thank you, Brad, for editing out all of our rambling that no one has heard at all for the last I'm going to say hour and 15 or so.
Smooth and concise.
Very much. Look, before we do sign off, is there anything that we should tell people? Did we miss anything? No, I think it's fine. All right, so look, you can find all of us on the Facebooks. We're all pretty easy to find. Have a look around the group, and you'll see us. I think that's fine. We'll be back next week with another episode. We'll be back next week with episode 30.
Wow,
yes.
we should celebrate.
I think we should.
We might do some lists.
Oh that you know how to party.
I think some of our top five figures.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let's do a top 5 figures for next week. I think I've already got my maybe 3.
I want to do a top bottom.
Oh no, definitely there'll be a bottom.
That's a very different show.
I'm going to do a bottom 5 countdown.
So yeah, I'll tell. I know exactly which one of my figures is going into the bottom 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. We'll organise that for next week.
Okay.
We I suppose mention now, consider it wasn't mentioned in the community news. Next week, when you listen to this, there'll be only a couple of days left. Sydney, Tasmania, and South Australia, your TCCA birthday meetups events will be happening this Saturday. If you haven't got onto them, get onto them now. Check out the events page on Transformers Collectors Club Australia, and all the details are there, so we can see you at these events.
And you can see us.
Live in person.
All right, cool. Look, I think that's going to be it.
Live in Technicolor.
Yeah, yes, in glorious real world color.
In 240 HP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jolly good.
All right, guys. I'm going to sign off, and I think the rest of us are going to sign off as well. So
Yep, lovely.
it's time to go. And yeah, thank you for listening. And yeah, we will be back next week between parties.
That's the one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for downloading this latest episode of Off the Shelf, the voice of the Transformers Collectors Club Australia. For further information, check out Facebook, where we have our Off the Shelf page, hit like, or even check out the Transformers Collectors Club Facebook group. Any and all feedback is more than welcome. You can send email to transformerscca@gmail.com or head on over to iTunes and leave us a review there. Also Podbean have a review section where you can rate us, and that way we get out to more people. Till all are one.
Wow, these Saturday night podcasts are not really agreeing with us, are we?
I'll perk up for the performance, don't worry.
That's all right. It's not there isn't much. It shouldn't be much. And of course, the show notes for each and every episode will be
We don't
posted
say
on the
that
day.
bit. You can take this bit out. If someone's listening to the podcast, they've got the show notes.
Okay.
There's a reason I remove it every week.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. No, I literally was clearing my throat.
I was surprised I could actually delete it.
All right.
And since you haven't been on for a week or so, when you hear that's the waffle bell.
All right. Okay. Cool.
That's when we start going on tangents.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh man, can I have one of them?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm the one that mainly does it, so...
Yeah, so we need the bell.
Yeah.
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 Oh god, I should do this.
Wait, I want to see if I can do this.
You can do it.
Bleh.
Okay, let's try this.
Oop.
That's my waffle bell. Or maybe this will be better.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one.
Alright, we need a soundboard app.
Yeah. It needs to be on the drive so we can all have access to it. Although, maybe not Bill. We see what happens when he has access to the to the run sheet.
This is true.
It'll be interesting. Did you score anything overseas?
No. You can ask me why on the podcast.
Okay.
You got telephone tape.
Vanderwood?
Oh, you got the blood first. Oh.
What have I got?
Syphilis.
Wow, really?
Oh my.
Fair enough too, yeah. And so Brad Smith has a review up on his channel, Groovy Guy. Wait, what's his channel called?
It's...
Groovy Guy of the Bottom.
Wait a minute.
I think this might be a typo in the run sheet.
No, leave it. That's a new channel name.
Oh, that should be BotCon, not Bottom. God damn it. And I'll put a comma after Groovy Guy.
I'm going to start this again.
This is outtake material. Although I would have had all 6, but it was just great to see Scrapper, Bone Crusher, and who's the excavator?
What's an excavator?
I don't know.
The excavator.
Is that the one with the arm?
Yeah.
That's Scavenger.
Scavenger. And Scavenger working away in the dirt with a little stream flowing through the middle, clearing of drains.
Can I get us to take a break for a minute?
Yep.
Oh, sure.
I need to run off to the loo. I'll be back in a sec.
G1 cartoon inserted here.
No.
Hey kids, do you like Gym Pokemon?
Pikachu.
I got Lantron.
So where's this
Got
video,
the
man?
fight. Where am I? I'm on Facebook now. I don't,
Oh, look. There's another Octane coming out. Strato Tanker.
Yeah, what a surprise, huh?
Oh, really?
I shit
You've
you
waited
not.
this long?
I kid you not. Hold on.
No, but so like Transformers are like buses. Like you wait 3 years and then 3 of them come along at once.
Yeah, where is it? Where are we? Where's my Facebook page home?
Well, let's see what the what the Coneheads do.
No, where's off the
You
shelf?
mean the new Coneheads coming out early next year?
Well, yeah, they've been announced, so let's see if someone else decides to do
There you go.
Coneheads as well.
Have a gander of that. Strato Tanker. Alt mode looks nice. Bigger tanker.
Strato Tanker sounds familiar. I think we've heard of him before. Oh, he's KFC. Yeah, we've talked. Oh, no, we've talked about the Blitzwing. I didn't know there was a Strato Tanker thinger as well. Yeah, I don't know. So ever since, I've got the KFC toys Perceptor right now. That to me feels like it might have been the first figure that KFC did. And so maybe they've learned a bunch of lessons, but like there are things with that Perceptor that I just really do not like. Like his scope doesn't sit right. His scope doesn't clip in anywhere so that he actually the scope sits like it did on his G1 figure. And like besides that, the figure design just seems very pedestrian.
That's the deluxe scaled one.
Must be, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
There's 2. Are there 2?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's the KFC one I had. He's got the massive sniper rifle.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, yep.
Which I think I've given the sniper rifle to Ironhide because it suits him much better. So I was talking to Daniel Sue last night. He's 3D printed a gun for his Generations Perceptor that's based on Perceptor's gun in the comics, where he does have a sniper a bit more of a sniper rifle. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to see if he can put it on shapeways for everyone.
Yep. This the KFC Octane. Those wings are pitiful on that plane. That's just
that is not going to fly.
No, that's tanker kibble.
Yeah.
And then it just sticks up on the robot like wings on his back. They are I'm not.
It has begun.
Any of these KFC triple changes, I will not be pre-ordering until I see some reviews. It might be too late, and I might pay a premium, but I don't think they have the engineering capability to do this. So
That's all right. You will see another 5 companies make it anyway, so don't worry.
I think you should just ask people what their top 5 figures are. There's no need to make a distinction.
Across the board.
Yeah,
it's
they're just figures.
Too much effort, 3 lists.
I can't narrow it down to 5. I'll have to do 10.
You're going to have to. You set the rules.
Yeah.
I didn't set the rules. You set the rules.
Yeah.
That's one a day. You said.
Yeah.
They're all going to be MPs.
I'm going to go bottom 5.
Yeah. Well,
I reckon
top 5
that's,
and bottom 5.
I reckon that's pretty fun. But I think let's do top 5 and let's do the bottom 5 the week after.
All right.
Rightio. Yep. All right. We'll do top 5 this week, and then we'll.
I really want the Fans Project's Ryu toys.
Ryu? That sounds
Ryu,
like Street Fighter.
Oh, whatever. You know the Monstructor?
Raoul.
Looks good. Yeah, God.
That's alright. We'll work things out when we get there.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Alright.
All right, peace out, niggas. Bye.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
Bedtime. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.